Hey everyone, Jay Cottrell here with eXp Realty in the Tri-Cities, and it's time for another quick weekly edition of Real Estate Talk with Jay. So as we look at the week over week numbers, we have seen some increases in certain things like pending sales and closed listings, which is not unusual as you finish out the summer, but people trying to get into homes before school starts, or at least close to the time that school starts. But the month-end numbers, it is July 31st, so it'll take another week or so before the month-end numbers are finalized. But that'll really kind of give us an idea of how July compared to the rest of this year as well as to previous years. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly numbers, shall we? Okay, so if we look at the number of new listings hitting the market, that was around 214, which is pretty much where it's been for the last several weeks. Now, one addition I did add to these slides, it's subtle, but I hope you notice it, is what is the average per week so far this year. So I took the year-to-date numbers, divided it by 26 weeks for June, and that kind of gave me what the average per week of these numbers shall be, and that's been represented by that solid light gray line there. So that kind of gives you an idea of how each week, whether we're performing better than average or below average. If we go ahead and look at the pending sales, those were up pretty well at 231. Number of active listings is still sitting just under 1,200 on a week-by-week basis. As you can see, the monthly numbers are a little higher simply because it's a count of all of the active listings that happened in a month, whereas these weekly numbers are just a snapshot of how many homes are on the market currently as of the time that I do these videos. If you look at the number of closed listings, so those have popped up significantly at 189 this past week. Not unusual because it is the end of the month, and as always, that's when a lot of closings tend to fall. But it does look like we might have a pretty good sales numbers for this July. But keep a lookout for the July month-end report so I can really tell you how we're looking so far heading into the second half of this year. Median sales price has stayed about steady at $270,000, which is right in the ballpark of where it's been for the last few months on a week-by-week basis. Median list price has continued its slow northward ascent at $349,000. If we look at the number of price reductions, 23% of the homes that sold this past week sold at a reduced price, which is down from previous weeks, down a pretty good amount. 43% of the homes that were currently listed are listed at a reduced price from its original list price, which is about the same as where it's been. If we look at what is that price reduction that's happening, well, the median is about 5.6%, which is not much of a change. It's been hovering around the mid-fives for a while now. And then if we look at the actual sales price to list price ratio, like I said last week, that was approaching 100%. Well, it was 100% for this past week. So that means most sellers are getting at, near, or above list price for their homes currently. Whether that trend continues, we don't know. Like I said, we had a bunch of people trying to buy because it's the end of summer, but our inventory levels have not really increased that much. So that could just be a short-term thing. But we'll learn more next week as we get into it. As always, if you or anyone you know is currently looking to purchase a home or is thinking about selling a home, I would love to talk to you about that. It is a different market, and a real estate agent's expert perspective can really help you make that decision, at least give you the information that you need to make a very informed decision. And if you do like these videos and think that they're helpful, I really appreciate it if you would hit the like button down below. And on my YouTube channel, as my metrics show me, about half of you that are watching these videos are not actually subscribed to my channel. So if you will do me the extra benefit of actually subscribing to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week.